Okay, and we are live. Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome. This is a very, very special evening this evening. This is the actual first ever Thursday event. You know, if you're listening to our morning radio show, we host something every single morning. uradiolive.com is where you can find it. It's a get-together. It's kind of like a virtual water cooler where we come together and spend some time. And this morning, and every morning, we were talking about this event here. You know, one of the things that you do in our industry is you build for events. And Thursday nights, I want this to put this on your calendar, okay? Thursday nights is going to be a very special night. I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I'm going to share some stuff with you, and then I'm going to pass it over. And John and Peter are going to be carrying the mail here this evening. And this is going to be happening every single Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on UzoomLive. So let me show you guys some of the stuff we're working on. I know that we're brand new, right? We are still in the pre-launch, actually pre-launch. We're in the founder stage. It's a great time to be involved here. There's a lot of benefits for those of you who take action and move now. And let me show you some of the stuff, some of the branding stuff and the things that we're working on. I'm going to show you just a little bit here, and I'm going to, I like this. Let me know what you think if you see this in the thing. All right, let me see if I can full screen this. There we are, John. You can see that, right?
I can.
Okay, cool. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, there it is. Join the revolution. This is the U Economy. You're listening to, you're watching UzoomLive right now. And my name is Joe, and I'm just a guy with a voice. And you know what I do is, what I do here is like, I just work here to represent. You know, I'm a part of the community. I love what we're doing here. And I'm just a guy who has a voice. But what I do have is tons of experience. I've been a full-time professional. I've made a great living in direct selling and network marketing since 1995. It has been rocky. You know, it's been it's been challenging at times. I've had to learn some new skills and instill some new disciplines. But I can tell you right now that this is an honorable opportunity. This profession is for real. It's networking for grown-ups. So I want to invite every single one of you to pay attention this evening, because the people that we're introducing here are all seasoned veterans. You'll take notice that these are adults. These are people who have done tremendous things in their lives, and they're coming together to bring some really cool new stuff here in the form of U Economy. It's going to blow your mind. I'm really excited about this. Let me get into it quickly. I'm going to show you guys what we're working on here. This is the founder's launch. There he is right there, Peter Wolfing. He's the U Economy founder. We're going to be bringing him out live in a few minutes, so stand by for that. The launch ends on June 7th. We'll hear more about that tonight. And you can see over there on the right-hand side, you see that logo, Founder Ambassador. Now, we talked about this, and I think that John told me that this is yet to be introduced, so maybe this is the first time. Take a look at that, Founder Ambassador. For everyone who joins our community before June 7th, you are a Founder Ambassador. You'll be recognized in perpetuity. You're going to have a special name badge. Imagine when we're at events and there's a handful of people who have this recognition, who get to come up on stage, wave at the audience, the special name badge, special seating. How about this? Access. You know, the ambassador group will have access. Would you like to sit down with the founder for a lunch or a dinner? And John, and would you like to be there with the top producers? That's what the founder ambassador, and quite frankly, the founder ambassadors are going to be the top producers in U Economy. Now, have you ever seen a unicorn? And the U Economy is your unicorn, and this is what I mean by have you seen a unicorn? They're rare. They're out there, though. I have a feeling they're out there. And what we're doing here is so new and so fresh and so unusual, it's kind of like a unicorn, in so much as that we have an opportunity to be on the ground floor. We are launching something that's going to be around for a long time. I've been in the industry since 1995, and the only time I've ever been invited to the ground floor is when I created the program. You know, being involved at the very beginning, it's unique. It's like a unicorn, but it does happen. And this is very rare, and this is your chance to get started at the very beginning of something that's magnificent. And here's why I am here. And this is why I'm going to urge you guys to pay attention, because this is what you're going to learn about here this evening. There's a vision here. Okay, there is a vision for what is possible, and that is Peter Wolfing bringing it to the table. He has a vision for something that many have talked about. I've been involved in conversations over the years with people who create programs about something really big, about something that would encompass education, live events, in a very easy to enter position. I'm talking, of course, about U-Crew. That's the most important thing that you can do tonight, is get yourself positioned as a U-Crew member. We'll talk about that later. But this vision of, you know, what's possible right now with something that is very unique, inexpensive to get started. And then there's a vision for education. There's a vision for something like, you know, we have this thing coming up where you can actually become the author of your own courses, the U Marketplace. That's big. It's taking some of the key elements that you see out there in the world of internet marketing and marrying them. This is the first time. It's a hybrid program. The first time in my 22 years that I have ever seen a lower ticket and easy to get into program, and that's married with a $50,000 opportunity at the top end. And the experience. This is what I've got to talk about here, the experience. You know, let's, you know, just look in the mirror. If I could see you guys, I would ask you to raise your hand. You know, how many people among us has enrolled 10 people in a program? How many among us have enrolled 25 people in a business opportunity that you've engaged in? How about 100? How about 200, 300? Have you ever enrolled 500 people in a program? I know one guy, he enrolled 65,000 people in his downline. How does this sound? You want to talk about experience? Peter Wolfing, in his experience, in his time in our industry, he has impacted 2 million lives. 2 million people have engaged with his ideas and his programs, and 2 million people have benefited from 400 million in commissions. That's what I call experience. You know, this is it's like an expansion team in sports. It's not a startup. It may look like it's a startup, but it's an expansion team. There's so much experience that's coming to the table here to really, really put something magnificent. That's why I'm here. And then I look at the plan, and we're going to get into the plan. We're going to talk about what happens between now and June 7th, and we're going to talk about what happens in the summer, and then we're going to talk about what happens when we get to the real launch, which is not going to be until the fall, and then we're going to talk about some big vision stuff. Okay, I've already covered, you know, Peter's vision, the marketplace. It is there. The demand is there. The e-learning sector is bigger than it's ever been. We are sitting here. Oh, look at these. I didn't even know these slides were done. See, this is what happens. These were just sent to me just a few minutes ago. We talked about the vision. We talked about the experience, the track record, the success that Peter's had, and the timeline. The timeline is really what we're going to be talking about here this evening. Let me stop my screen share here if I can. Let me see what I can do here. Just playing around, you guys, seeing what you guys think of some of the stuff we've been creating here. And there he is, Peter Wolfing. Thanks for joining us here. Again, my name is Joe. And that was just a little bit of background. You know, we're brand new. This is only the second time we have done UzoomLive. It's the first time we've ever done a Thursday. And right now, it's kind of like you guys are involved. You just saw a creation on the fly. Those slides were just created and sent over to me. I didn't even know those last 3 ones were there. So we got a lot of fun planned for you this evening. And what I'm going to do is, like, you guys have heard me all week long. Again, I want to remind you that we have a community get-together every single day at 12 noon Eastern, and that's at uradiolive.com. But you guys who have been around, okay, you ambassadors, you know John. You've heard this voice. This is the guy who's been setting the table for Peter ever since day number 1, which is probably about a month ago now, I want to think. So, John, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute you here, and I'm going to I know you guys like I know you like looking at me, but I'm going to do this here now. So now, there I am. So, John, you can take yourself off mute. Come on out. Let the world know who you are and what you're thinking, and tell us all about Peter.
Well, Joe, first of all, I got to get a hat like yours because I didn't wash my hair well enough. So you got to send me one of those hats, and it's got to be black like yours.
Or you can get a hat like Peter. You can get a hat like Peter.
Not the white one in the back. Peter's all set with that hair thing. He's all done.
Well, wait till you see
every day he's done.
You're gonna see me with my U gear, with my U gear hat, my shirt. You're gonna see me. Watch. You watch. I'm serious.
What's happening, Joe?
You're next.
All right, so everybody, I am really glad to be with you. I'm reflecting on what it must be like for all of you if you're hearing this for the first time. I'm also reflecting on the fact that some of you have heard us talk before about this. My goal is to be sure that we fill in gaps. We're going to be able to fill in every gap if you're new, but other people will hear things, I think, for the first or second time even, and hear it in a different way. I like the word revolution. I think I would have liked being around in 1776. I think it would have been a really massively good time to be a part of something that you felt you were changing the world around you. I like that word frost. And at the same time, I don't think we're changing a terribly huge amount when it comes to what we offer. And that's good. We don't want to get too wide in our changes, because I've had lots of experiences in Silicon Valley where it didn't work out. And that's where I came from. I was there out of college, and proud of the moments I had there to help, what we did and do. And there's lots of good experiences. And my hope is to contribute to all of you, and of course to Peter, with that the strategic knowledge I learned. You can't get it until you learn it. And being around venture capitalists, I saw a lot of how they think and why they spend money and why they don't. And that leads me to the fact that I'm really proud that I am where I am. And I think it's important we all say that to all of you, because we're putting in a lot of time, and you will too. And it's really important to know that you're part of something that is incredible, but you have to know why. I don't really think sometimes people know why this is so great. If you were to look at the slides Joe said, and maybe you glazed over some of the information, or you heard what I said, or Peter, you might just come away thinking it's just like some other business you've heard about before. But you would be very wrong. Very wrong. And so my goal today is to illustrate what are those tremendous differences. And they're not all like a bunch of feature changes that are different from somebody else's business. It's really also about the mindset, and also what's possible for people when they join. I think the best word that describes what Peter has put together, and all of us are helping him with, is we're supporting the word empowerment. Write that word down and just look it up on the dictionary when we're done here today, and just get behind that word empowerment. A lot of us have done well enough that we're not that worried about the income part of things. Some of us need that, and it's all good. If anybody needs it, it's fine. The point I'm making is that there gets a point in life where we want to be empowered, irregardless of the money we make. We want to feel like we're contributing, which is a word that I found through all my mentoring that I've done in Silicon Valley, and also the franchise businesses that I've been involved with, both traditional franchises as well as digital franchises, which is part of how I got to know Peter, was through his digital franchises, which I love much more than the traditional ones. But the point I'm making is that we really want to see how can we be contributing to people. Every time I ask questions of people about what it is that they're wanting in their life, they'll start out with money, because they know that that's where I help people make money. But I ask enough questions as a mentor, and I get to a place where I ask, why do you want that? Why do you want that? Until they're almost ready to say, yes, that's enough. I don't want to get to 21 questions. That's enough. And really what it is that they come down to, they want to contribute to people in their lives, and as a whole. Like, that's what Peter's doing. I mean, he's the 2 million people that are involved with his businesses, and there's more that have been involved, but he's had a big reach. It's contribution for him. I know him well enough that he would say that. And contribution is a much more altruistic word than I want to make money. Because at the end of the day, we don't really want to make money, except that we want money so that we can have peace, and we can have the ability to have time, and that brings peace. So money buys things for us. That's what I like to focus on the top end of this call: contribution and time. Now, how does this business help you? Well, lots of ways. What's unique in one aspect is that you have a chance to express yourself, and you still have the stability of Peter's company, where you have the systems and processes that we all need to have a successful business. I have lots of people that come to me and say that, I got a good idea, and it's kind of like idea of the week, or idea maybe even the month, and they never flew with me. I learned well enough after a few mistakes in Silicon Valley. We stay the course. What we have is we have the stability of somebody like Peter, and someone like myself. I've been in internet marketing myself, or something related to internet, for 20 years. So all of us that are wanting to contribute. We're here because we have something to contribute. We want to help more than just ourselves. And you're going to find that throughout the organization. And so contribution, please think about, as you listen today, how you can use these things you learn about that Peter describes as part of the elements of his business, our business, and where you can contribute. Because I can guarantee you, when you give somebody a hug, or you do something for them, or you give a gift of some sort, you feel better, don't you? You feel better. You feel like you're doing something. You get goosebumps like I just did right there, goosebumps. Because you want to be more than just someone who's digging for gold. Right? I hope that resonates for everybody on this call. But I want to make sure you know that you got to have the right tools and the right business in this case to be able to easily dig for that gold so that you can contribute most of your hours. You don't want it to be difficult. If it's difficult, then you're spending all your waking hours like I did in Silicon Valley and not really getting the ability to do more than that. One of the things when Joe was talking, I was reflecting on something that's already happening for the organization. It's fascinating, and I think Peter will say, he'll contribute to this part of what I'm saying, and that is that we are having lots of people come and step up, and they're showing themselves. It's sort of like we put an administration together for the United States of America. We just got elected, and we're not having a hard time finding all of our key players. Isn't that fascinating? See, when the right opportunity comes along, and someone like Peter who's got the track record he does, and all of us that are affiliates that are coming in, there's lots of leaders coming in right now, that's going to say, hey, this must be good. And that's why we're going to be growing like wildfire. Hopefully nobody has any wildfires in their area right now, but I like that term because it's so fast. We are in the founder stage right now, and we're attracting great people. Can you imagine by September 18th, when we are actually fully launched, how much the wildfire will be burning in a good way? Can you imagine? And by the time we get to our meeting, which will be, we're just planning right now, we're working on that, it'll be by mid-October. Can you imagine the strength of this revolution, as Joe said? It'll be awesome. And you know what? It's good to be part of a cause. I mean, I love individual work. I mean, I'm unemployable. Peter and I talk about that all the time and laugh about it. I mean, certifiably unemployable. And yet I love teams. I like a group of people that I can trust and that I can call my friends. But I don't really want to leave the lake that I'm looking at right now. No, that's not happening. But I do want Peter and I to connect, and I want to talk with Joe, and I want to talk with all of you. So isn't that great? We have a gift, everybody, that's been given to us, that we somehow found our way to the place we are right now. There is not a coincidence at all you are here. Right? Think about that. However you got here, pat yourself on the back. Good job is what I would say, because you are positioned for contribution in time and a lot of money. I mean, that's going to happen anyway. That's good. Why is that? We have a track record. We know what we're doing. We know how to build the back office. I say we, I'm speaking of things that Peter does. I don't do any of that. We have the ability to do anything that needs to be done, and we're one step ahead of everybody else. In fact, this very business is one step or two steps ahead of anybody who thinks they're a competitor. Now, I'm not trying to be competitive. I don't need to. We've got something, and there'll be plenty for people who want to join us. But isn't it great to be on a winner from the beginning? I mean, if you join the New England Patriots, and I don't know if all you know football, but they run a great organization, and you know they're going to have a good team every year. They got a good coach. They got a good owner, which is really important. How different is that? Peter knows how to build international training and development within what he does. at the start of the year, I say, "Hey, Peter, we got a call to do it." And on the 1st of January, he goes, "I'm in the middle of the Caribbean." I go, "What are you doing there?" You know, he's doing training. He's picking up information. He's learning. He's gone to 2 more events since then. That's our leader. That's our CEO. We want that leader. I mean, I lead a course every Tuesday that some of you might have come to. I hope you come every Tuesday. And that's called, it's basically on a book called The Compound Effect. But we do a mastermind. We mentor people. We have a love for that. That's a common thing that people, and I think all of you have a love for that. But we also have lots of materials in You Mentor and also, throughout our whole setup that has you getting support throughout the year, even when we're not having these meetings. We've got so many products. You're going to hear about the Academy. You're going to hear about You Crew. You're going to hear about the third way we make money, Marketplace. Joe mentioned it. The ability for all of you to become authors or, video authors in that case. You're empowered, everybody. You are absolutely empowered to do what you want to do. And this business, with the ability for you to be an author or as videos or books, this business where you can do, build up your whole brand. We have a whole section called You Brand. See, that to me is one of the huge elements. Now I'm getting into like little more deeper details, but there's nothing I see on this industry for digital franchises or direct sales or network marketing that combines 3 ways to make money that are all viable. So even if one's having a bad day, we got other things that are happening every single day. We've got the leverage to win. And what I'm going to be talking about in a bit is something that I think is another big differentiator. I'll wait until later, but it's called You Faculty. What does that mean? Well, the very definition means that we're having something that's magnificent for all of you to participate in. And just to be able to talk about the fact that we're actively looking for faculty. Wow. Who does that? Does a university go out and just open it up to the community that comes, that they can have a chance of being in faculty right away? And in the future, they can definitely be there if they just work hard enough? I don't hear that stuff. I don't hear that happening. And I don't hear that the benefit of that. I was talking with one of our leaders, Michael Manzel, and he said, boy, what a great thing to be able to offer to somebody to be You Faculty. It's a major benefit, he said. Just the fact that they get exposure, they're going to be at the live events, and they'll have a chance, in most cases, to be able to speak. Wow. That's big, right? Because we all need a community to support us, to raise us up. Otherwise, we're individuals. And all of us are the hardest thing in the home-based business world is that we're lonely sometimes. You don't have to be here. This community is built from the ground up with the ambassador program, and also, just the fact that you could be on faculty. And I'll talk about the You Coach program to make sure you have the excellence so that you can be great and learn how to help your people. They're going to appreciate that. Peter and I have known each other for over 4 years. We have good laughs together. We talk about things. We dream about things. I really completely appreciate him as an individual. He's an amazing listener. Also ready with just the thing that needs to be said at sometimes. He doesn't say it all. He's got 10 more things to say, but he says the one thing. He's a great CEO. Now, I've been around people that are CEOs, and they really should never mess with being anything else because they're so good at it. And I've been around people who try to be CEOs, and they're really more like somebody that's more of a sales personality, right? So we've got ourselves a real CEO who knows what he's doing, and the organization, write this down, the organization can grow into his experience rather than, hey, I'm going to be a CEO and then try my best to figure out what to do. No. We've got someone who's going to allow it to just come into their life. I want you to think about, if you haven't joined into this fun, by the time this call is over, I'd like to talk with you if you want to, and I just want to answer any questions you don't have answered, because right now we're in the founders period. It's go time. It's past go time, but you can still have the opportunity to learn and get involved and have people join your team and get the benefits of 12 levels deep within the U-Crew that Peter will talk about, and also have that on your website that you were a founder. These are big things. It also gives you a lot of runway before the launch is done, which is not until September 18th. So my question to you would be, well, what's holding you up? We have 5 different ways that Peter and I know of that you can get financing if that's some issue. There's more. There's mentors that your mentor can help you, your specific mentor can help you, and if they can't help you with something, then they can go to Peter and ask for help. I can help. I'll be talking about U-Tools at the end as well. Everything's got a U in front of it. Like, I keep thinking like I'm going to wake up in the morning and go, you, great, I'm up. Or it's not, U's going to be in front of every single word pretty soon. And I think everybody in my regular life is going to think I'm crazy, Peter. Thanks a lot for that. And yeah, you hat. You, that's not. So we are fortunate. We got a great CEO. That matters. Leadership matters. And Peter, will you come out and tell us about your awesome organization? You're on mute.
All right. Can you hear me now, John? All right. All right. Let me get started. Hey, thank you very much, guys. Thanks, Joe and John and everyone here on the call. I'm here typing in furiously on people on the chat, Kelly and Jason, everybody on the chat. So I just love these Zoomcasts because you can actually see each other. I can kind of virtually shake your hand through the video screen. And this way, it's not just a voice. You can kind of picture, who I am and see into my eyes and see into John's eyes that we're sincere. We're sincere in the business and that we really have a sincere want to be able to have a culture that really matters, and that the whole core of the U economy is the culture. So we hit on that quite a bit. So we're starting out with the culture. We want everyone to be able to work in a professional manner, treat everyone with respect, to be able to go in and be able to help other people no matter what other company they're in. So it's just the whole part of your being to be able to treat everyone with respect and be part of the U economy culture. So that permeates everything, goes without saying, and we'll have all sorts of different guidelines that we'll be throwing out to let everyone know, what we're thinking about, how we're thinking about, how you should be able to act in building your business. So John had mentioned different ways to be able to make money in the program and how we're setting this up. We have the 3 L's that I'm calling it: leverage, lifestyle, and legacy. And we built these 3 different types of ways to make money to really encapsulate most of the market that's out there, so we can have anyone of any socioeconomic background anywhere in the world and anything to be able to get started. Whether you want to get started at $25, you want to get started a little bit higher, you're looking to train, you're looking to teach, you're looking to get trained, you get taught, it's totally up to you. And this way we can expand on an international basis. My track record in businesses that we've had and we continue to have has certain price points that have worked really, really well. And the starting price point has been $25 multiple times. So that's why we're starting at $25 in the U Marketplace. And if you're not familiar quite yet with what the U Marketplace is that it's a training and teaching educational platform. This is like Udemy. If you go online, so Udemy, you have let's see, New Kajabi, NEWKAJABI.com, and you'll be able to see what's available in those platforms, and we're similar to what they have there. So this is not just a simple system. This is something we put together from scratch that we're able to allowing you to teach what you know. And I can tell you that if you don't think you know something to be able to teach people, you're totally wrong, because you definitely know more than other people. Okay, and it doesn't matter what you can teach. It could be online, offline, handcrafts, anything you'd like to teach people, and you'll be able to do that very, very easily in the Marketplace. The Marketplace has 4 different versions to it. Okay, so it's not multiple products on the Marketplace. It's one product that has a light version, a basic version, a pro version, and an enterprise version. 25, 100, 250, 500. So you get to choose which one of those price points that you want to come in at. And as you do that, you'll get more features and functions in the marketplace. You'll be able to have more courses. You'll be able to gather more students and more functions in the system itself. Also, if you right now don't have something that you want to teach or don't feel that you're ready to do that, we're going to have turnkey products already in there. So this way you can do that and you get more and more products as you in turn go to the higher versions of the program. So that's if you're using the product yourself. Now, you can attract plenty of people out there. It's multiple billions and billions of dollars in the educational space. So it's a mega huge market. So it is not just the online community as well too. We have pastors and we have teachers and all different people that want to teach their students, and this is a platform that's going to allow them to do that. So you have a huge market, a huge retail market where they would come on board, they would choose one of those 4 packages, and if you gauge that compared to the big boy out there, which is New Kajabi, theirs are hundreds of dollars every single month. Every single month. Ours is one time, and then you join the U Crew, which is the mechanism to be able to build your capture pages, to be able to gather students and build your business. So that's kind of the engine that runs and helps you promote your business. So, but let's keep on here on the leverage part of it. So this allows you to leverage, and I call this part the mass market part of the entire program. Mass market basically because the price points are lower. So this way the mass market on the global scale can participate, 25 up to 500. I think anybody can do that. And if you don't think you can do that, that's even more reason why you should join the program, so you never have to say I can't do that. So you get to pick one of those, and then you can teach if you'd like to. Now, you as a marketer, you have the opportunity to refer people, and as they pick one of these 4 product packages, you make 100% on the sale of that. So if it's a 25 or 100, 250, 500, you make 100%. The company collects the funds. It's automatically put into your e-wallet in your back office. There's a transaction charge of around 5%, which is for transaction fees and merchant costs and things like that, which is reasonable. So you're going to net probably about $475 out of every 500. Okay, so basically you break even on the product purchase that you came in at. Okay, 100% payout with just a small transaction charge. If you're selling any of the courses that you want to be able to teach, you also make 100% with a small 5% transaction charge just to cover our merchant costs. Okay, so as you be able to refer people, you have what we call a linear income. You're selling, you're making money. That's traditional business, traditional affiliate marketing. So we have a compensation structure that I call a reverse compensation plan. Reverse compensation plan is a compensation plan that we've been testing, we've been running live for years and years and years, and literally hundreds of millions of dollars has been paid out using the system, so we know it works, okay? It's not a guess or a hope or pray that it works. It really does work. So now, as you do this, the reverse compensation plan, I kind of hinted on it before, where the first sale that you bring in at the price point that you join is going to go right back to you. Because we found that we want to accomplish 2 things when we do this. Number one, speaking to tens of thousands of people over 27 years, one of the first things they always talk about and they always ask me is, how fast can I break even? How many people do I need to break even, right? So the key thing is we wanted to make it so fast that all they have to do is get 1 sale at the product level they join, and they got it, okay? That's number 1. So you can't get faster than 1, and that's all you need. So if you come in at, say, the $500 price point, you make 1 sale at the $500 price point, you got your money back, okay? Now, that's the traditional linear form of income, the reverse compensation plan system. Now, we've put a wrinkle in that because we want to have leverage. Otherwise, you just have a linear income, you're trading time for money like your JOB, or just an affiliate marketing where you're selling a product, and once you sell it, you're done. So we put the wrinkle in there, which is the up system. Okay, and we call it a reverse 1 up. So the second sale that you bring in, the first one goes to you, second sale that you bring in rolls up to the person above you, and that person in turn is going to get that as a bonus because it's their job to welcome you to the team. It's their job to call you and walk you through the back office, to just say, hey, listen, we have Zoomcasts, we have live radio shows, we have all these different things to help you, and that's what they do. They connect with the person, they call them up on the phone. Hey, John, thanks a lot for coming into the program. I want to welcome you to the program. When can we go through the system and how I can walk you through the back office? And these simple things that you do just by connecting, grassroots marketing, connecting with these people are going to help them to be more successful, so they don't go into the back office and say, what's going, oh my God, there's so much here, and then they freeze, and when people freeze or confused, they just leave the business. We don't want that to happen. So the connection part is vitally important, and now it comes down to the culture. Okay, we want people to be able to be a part of the system and welcome them with open arms because they're part of the family. So as you do that, they're more apt to be successful, and as they're successful, the first sale goes to them. They're happy, they got their money back, and also when the second thing that happens there, when they get their money back, they also say, wow, this works, right? Because the first one comes to them, they're saying, wow, this thing really does work, and then they really get busy. But the second sale that they bring in is going to go to you. Just as you did with your second sale, their second sale goes to you. Now let's fast forward this a second. And there's a reason why I'm going pretty detailed on this, because the upper product, the higher tier, works exactly the same. Let's say that you've already passed up your first person. You have 10 other people that you've brought into the $500. That's the U Marketplace Enterprise version. So you've made 10 times $500 or $5,000. Okay, how fast do you think that you can get 10 people? That's not terribly difficult at $500. It's really not difficult. So let's just say it's pretty reasonable that people can do that. That's $5,000 a month times 12 months, 60 grand a year. Pretty good income. That's probably right around the medium income in the United States with just 10 people a year. Now, what happens here is the leverage. As you welcome each one of these people into the business, walk them through the back office, a funny thing starts to happen. They become successful too. They bring in their second sale. Their second sale rolls up to you. They become part of your direct pay line because you not only get the $500, but you'll also get the person now becomes personally sponsored by you. So now you make another $5,000 as they each bring in their second sale. So that's another $5,000 on top of the $5,000 you already made. So if you do that once a year and in turn bringing the 10 people that you brought in, and this is all pretty reasonable stuff, that's $120,000 a year. Okay? Now, it's vitally important that you understand this one concept because, and I hit upon it a few times, not just the money, but also the person rolls up. So even though this second person rolls up, you didn't personally sponsor them, you treat them like family. You treat them like you brought them into the business. Hey, Mary, this is Peter. I wanted to congratulate you coming up. Thank you very much for the $500. I appreciate it. I understand that you didn't actually sponsor, I didn't actually sponsor you in the business, but you were brought in by John, but I'm going to treat you as if I personally sponsor you. Isn't that roll-up system fantastic? You're just having it happen to you in action. And we're going to treat you just like family. And by doing the same thing, you in turn set them up for success. The same thing happens. You get their second sale and their second sale and their second sale. Wonderful. Okay. Now, the cool thing is that not only do you get that, but also there's 4 major reasons why most people go higher in the systems. Number one is when you come in at the $500 product level, all the lower product levels are included, $250, $100, $25. All the product features and functions are included. Okay. The second sale is not applicable on the lower product levels. The second sale is not applicable. So only the $500 level if you came in at that level. So on the $250, the $100, and the $25, you don't have to give the second sale at those product levels. Think about that for a second. That's $250 you save because you're going to get that second sale on the $250 level. Same thing with the $100, same thing with the $25. Now, if that person brings in their second sale, you keep that as well because you would have had to give that up because you gave the second sale up. So it could be on and on and on as that works in your favor and you're able to keep those. So that second sale that you don't have to give up at those lower product levels is monumental. And I think a lot of people take that for granted. So all the lower price points are included. The second sale you don't have to give in. And also the administration fee is included as well too. So lots of perks for coming in higher. Now, if you come in at the lower product level and you say, listen, I just can't do it, we're going to love you. You're part of the family, no problem. We're going to teach you and train you, and we're going to try to get you to a higher level as quick as possible, okay? Now, the reason why I did that and showed you the mechanics of doing this is because just as it works in the marketplace, which is the leverage portion, it also works in the lifestyle portion, which is the academy. Exactly the same compensation plan, but put like a bar in between it because they're treated totally separate, like separate entities, okay? So the academy is exactly the same thing, except the marketplace, you're teaching what you know. The academy is we teach you what we know, okay? And we're teaching you to be self-sufficient, having your own economy, becoming your own economy, and you learn that by education. And you learn it also by learning from your peers. That's what the faculty is so important. It's because it's almost like on-the-job training, right? It's like field testing, field training. You're having people in your industry, your people that come in are going to teach you real life world experiences in the administration of the academy section through the faculty system. Add to that all the stuff the company puts back there, and it's just massive. So that's very, very important. Now, also at the upper product levels, same functions, whichever one you choose, everything else below it's included, license fees included, product fees included, and the second sale you don't have to give as well too. So that's a given. And so I'm not going to hit that again on the upper product levels, but just put it back there and register that that's going to happen as well too. Now, this is the lifestyle money. Imagine getting a $12,000 payment, $25,000 payment, $6,000, $3,000, $50,000 payment. That's life-changing money. Okay, that's lifestyle money. That's paying off debt, student loans, cars, mortgages. It's massive. Okay, how about taking that money and investing it in an investment and having your money make you money? What a concept, right? That's how the wealthy do it. They have their money make themselves money. So your money makes them even more money when you're sleeping and doing other things. So we're trying to set you up with different financial vehicles and financial engines that keep on running and running and running. The marketplace is one, the academy is another one, and the U Crew is the third one, which is the legacy money, which is a death. Before I get into the U Crew, I'll go really briefly over the academy section. And Joe's going to, on the radio show, I think he has one of the files, and Joe, maybe you can do this tomorrow, is show them some of the audio of the U Digital that we have, and just to see the quality that we have on the U Digital. So, right, do that tomorrow if you can, Joe, okay? And so we have the U Mentor, which we teach you and mentor you how to be able to build your business. We also have the digital, where I teach you everything I know about digital products, how to be able to take them, mold them, make them your own, sell them, buy them. It's important to know how to be able to buy them, where to buy them, how to be able to use other people to mold your product and things like that, and leverage yourself. Also, we go into the U Brand, which John specializes in as far as branding yourself. Why did I write 2 books? Well, because I have a lot of information I want to pass on to people. But the second reason is I want to be able to call myself an author. And that comes with a certain feather in your cap when you do that, right? So we're going to teach you how to do that, how to be able to write a book, how to put chapters together, how to be able to compile the information. Do you want it in a PDF? Do you want a physical book? Where do you do a physical book? How can you do that? We'll show you all these different things that you need to know. Authority websites and all these different things that you can brand yourself on social media, as well as through authorship in all sorts of different ways. That's the branding, okay? That's the $6,000 level. Incidentally, the digital is $3,000, and the $1,500 is the U Mentor. And I didn't say this before, but the mentor program, I think that's the most important out of the whole program, is the U Mentor program, because it's the foundation which allows you to get right here. So this way you can use the techniques that we're going to teach you in the other sessions, in the other parts of the program, because without here, the other parts doesn't matter. How to do it really doesn't matter, because that's only 10%, maybe 20% of the business. The mental part's the most important, so you become bulletproof. So we're at the 6,000, which is the branding. Next one up from that is network marketing. We're all network marketers here. I want to congratulate all the network marketers here, my people. And so I love the industry so much, and I can't wait to pass on all the information that I've learned and also the faculty's learned in the networking. But it's more than just network marketing. We're going to teach you the skills, the master skills in all the major fields of network marketing. We're also going to teach you offline networking, how to be able to go to networking events and gather leads, how to be able to go in there with the right mindset, how to be able to talk to people when you're there, how to be able to evaluate after you get out of there. I'm going to go over 25 different ways to be able to go to different events and be able to make that worth your while to do that, so you never run out of leads, ever, ever, ever. Okay, so that's the networking part. That's 12,000, and then we go up to the live event. Live events. John said I've already been to multiple live events this year. I have another one coming up in August, and I can't wait. I might even slip one in there in the next month or two, because between now and August is too long for me. I just love live events. Just like if you love to go to a concert, you feel the vibration of the energy of the people. I do this all the time. When I'm in New York and I'm traveling from New Jersey to New York, I come across the George Washington Bridge, right? And as soon as I hit across the bridge going into Manhattan, I feel the energy, the stress level, right? It's a different kind of energy, but I feel it. It's just because everything's all compressed on top of each other, and you feel that stress level. Well, the opposite happens when you're in a major event. You get the energy level of people that think like you, that want to be the same things that you want to be, that want to, absorb the same things you like, that like the same things, and there's nothing like it. So live events that we have, this right here in the Zoomcast is a live event. The radio shows during the day are live events. They're more of a trickle charge to be able to keep yourself plugged in, kind of like your Wheaties every day, your network marketing, economy Wheaties every single day. So you keep yourself plugged in and charged up, and then every once in a while you slip in a live event that we have, and you'll be off and running good as gold. So that's the 25,000. Then we go up to 50,000, which is the master level, and that's where we teach you the financing part of the business, how to be able to take your money, make yourself more money, how to be able to take I see so many network marketers that made so much money, and then a few years later they're broke. Why? Because they haven't grown financially as far as how to be able to take their money and use it correctly, or even personally to be able to do that. And we want to teach you how to do that in the master level, as well as teach you how to be able to think as a business owner, not as an affiliate, but also if you know how to think as a business owner, or how the business owner thinks is putting things together, you have more respect for what's happening on both sides of the aisle. Okay, because we're all here like this in the business. We happen to be running the business for you, but you happen to be the most important part of our business, so we work together, right? Without each one, it doesn't work out very well. So we're going to teach you all these different things in the master level, and that's 25,000. Now, each one of these product levels has a small license fee to it, minimal. You'll see those on the website as well too. But whatever product price point that you decide to come in at, we're going to support you every single step of the way. We're going to show you how to be able to take advantage of these different things. Now, lastly is the U Crew. John mentioned 12 generations of people. You go as wide as you want. Now, we're working on an enhancement to the programming. I don't know exactly when it's going to come out. It'll come out as soon as possible, where you can actually place people in your U Crew. So this way, as you bring someone into the business, you retain personal sponsorship, but you can place them somewhere else in your U Crew. So this way you can have more of a team camaraderie. So if you have someone that may be able to work with someone else a little bit better, you can place them in there. So that's going to be awesome as well too. So I want to thank Jason and Joe and so on for bringing that idea out. So kudos to you guys. I want to shake your hand for that. I'm the first person to tell you that, hey, I don't know everything, okay? I'm always going to take great ideas, and I might not be able to do everything. I might not agree with everything, but if I do, hey, we're going to go for it, okay? So, yeah, now you have it recorded. I can go back, right? So we have a lot of things that we have on the docket that we're going to be able to work with and do in the future. We're working on different types of financing for you, so this way, if someone says, hey, I really want to be at the 50,000, but I can't do it, hey, use OPM, other people's money. There's a lot of different ways to do that, and there's people willing to do that with you. Think about this for a second. What happened if you got financed for $50,000, right? And there's no prepayment penalty. You need one person to do the same thing and refinance at $50,000. You get the money, you pay them right back. Hello? That's crazy, right? So this way you've got yourself a $50,000 business. You use somebody else's money. The first person that's going to pay you back, which is the way the system works anyway, and you got yourself a $50,000 business, and you just move money around. I mean, that's how the wealthy do it, right? They use other people's money, they shift money around, and now you're able to do it the way they do it as well too. So with UCrew, 84% payout over 12 generations of people. Awesome, incredible, and that's the legacy money. So 3 L's, leverage, legacy, and lifestyle. And thus we cover a wide range of different types of income for the mass market. So with that, let me turn it back over to have John come out, and I'm sure he'll have Joe come out later on, and we'll have some other people possibly come out if we have more time. Take it away, John.
Peter, you seeing me on the video? All set? Can you see me and hear me? Okay. All right. A lot of things I was taking notes about, and just thinking about doing a little bit of training here too at the very end, because a lot of the people on here are already members, and even if you're not, it'll help you because it's universal principles. We don't have a lot of time, but I do want to say a couple of things related to that. That's a big part of what Peter and I do on calls all the time is we put in training. We both love it. We know people can contribute to that in the future as well. So I'm having some fun watching some of the chat come across, and I see all these people putting in U-something. Kelly, thanks for the U Matter, and also U Bank. I think we're gonna have a contest, Peter, for things we can come up with that have names that follow the U. That's fun stuff. Looking for questions in here. I do have one question that if there's anything I don't cover here, Peter, you can come out and answer this. Might as well answer it right now, and that is, what's included in being a founder? What's the big deal about being a founder? You know, kind of thing. And thanks for that question. The very specific things are that you get 12 levels deep on UCrew. Now that's just going to have more compounding of your money. It's better by far. You know, those last 4 layers are going to really move the money into bigger stratosphere. The other thing is that you get founder status on your website, the affiliate link that you give out to people. And people like to know that you were part of this. You believed in it from the beginning. You were part of that core group. And I was laughing a little while ago because Peter is our founder, but all of us are founders. And Peter's willing to have all of us be that if you join in before June 7th. You really don't want to miss that date. I think the biggest reason is that you have more runway for your business to take off. We have so many people that are going to get into this business. It's not even, you know, a problem there. But you're going to have a chance to get some of the people that are most interested at first and also have the most knowledge. And they're going to have the chance of having the most results. So if you wait too long, you are going to hurt yourself as far as building your business. So those are the things I would say are the most important things to your question. Thanks for asking that again. If there's more questions, put them into the Q&A section of the Zoom here. That'd be great. I want to make sure you know about faculty, coach, and tools. And of course, you got to put you in front of all 3 of those words. You faculty, I talked a little bit about. If you're interested and you have skills to pay the bills right now, you will in the future. But if you have the skills to pay the bills right now, and you've already been teaching somewhere on YouTube, possibly been teaching through a video series, or you're out on web conferences, anything like that, we want to hear from you. And I don't know, I'm going to say I'm the dean of the faculty, just because it's kind of fun. So I will work with Peter to make sure that we facilitate getting you involved. And the important thing is we're going to start doing Zoom conferences just like this with people that are teaching something. And what's great about that? Well, we just keep having this whole group of people that are contributing from the ground up, and we end up with this massive amount of data. The goodness of the internet comes out where we have the ability to find things. Remember how it was to go to the library and you got to go to the Dewey Decimal System to find, you know, the book you want? Well, now you can find it really easily on the internet, but we have an intranet. Intranet means that we're going to have this set of information that's all together, and it's going to be powerful, focused information. It's not going to be, well, I'm going to search on the internet and just, you know, I'm going to find that anywhere. It's going to be relevant, helpful information. It's going to help anybody in the business to get more out of their business. It's amazing. So if you want to be on that faculty crew, then send an email to the person that invited you to this call. They'll get the information to me. If you don't know anybody except for Peter, then send it to Peter and he'll get it to me. All right. UCoach is very unique in that the way we're going to approach this is some of my Silicon Valley stuff that I learned that I don't want to do, but I don't want to teach you. As the vice president of sales there, we were not the kind of sales team I'd like to say we were. We were always looking for competition, and we'd go after it, you know, and so forth. Here's the thing. Write this down. People buy. We don't sell to people. If we can get that clear, then we're going to do much better. And if you like that philosophy of grace, that's what it is. The blessing of being able just to listen to people, find out what they want. If it's a fit, it's a fit. If it's not, it's not. And we have lots of things that we have, you know, on the coaching team that we'll ask to be sure that it's successful and efficient in the process. You have an opportunity to say you want the coaches to help you. You'll give us 50% to the coaching side, but it might be the difference between you getting business and not getting business by having a coach involved. We've just seen it all. We've been on 6,000 three-way calls and whatever else. So the team is highly professional. I'm interested in any of you that want to put your candidacy up for that. Send the same way to the person that invited you, or to Peter if you don't have anybody that you know that invited you. Okay? Tools. Well, the tools section will be second to none. We will take the best of breed tools throughout the world. I'm actually looking into some texting platforms, for example, right now, to be sure that it's the very best for all of us. There's going to be texting and voice broadcasting, and you're going to have things like sales funnel tools that we have in the back office, and you can imagine web conferences, Twitter. You go on and on, right? Some of you may want to be, have the tool of being an author. You'll get information from the tools team, and that's my responsibility as well. And I take great pride in that because the name of my company for 15 years has been Momentum Now. I believe that we can create momentum now. There's a chapter in the book that we teach on Tuesdays, chapter 4, on momentum, and he calls it Big Mo. It's hard to get Big Mo unless you got a tools team like you're going to have through UEconomy. Then you can get Big Mo show up next to you and help you. So we only do exponential tools. We're not interested in one by one going around the neighborhood and saying, hey, how are you? None of that kind of fork in my eye if I have to do that kind of thing, kind of stuff. Not happening. We do exponential only in the tools group, all right? I want to talk about target market as the training piece right now. I want you to all be successful and to do the quickest path to being successful. And the target market has to be what you think of when you think of what lists you buy or how you go about marketing this. You don't want to just willy-nilly go to people on Facebook. You want to find people that are in groups that are also in home-based businesses, for example. That's a good thing to join and start to work with in that group. There's ways to reach multiple people in that group. I won't go into the details by that. But what I want to get across is the people that are going to join in as founders right now and in the first early going are not going to be late adopter people, are they? Let's not try to go out and find somebody new like a doctor or a dentist who will probably be some of our best prospects for the 50K level. They're a little more conservative typically, and they're not going to join in unless they've already been in a home-based business or a digital franchise or network marketing before. They're not going to do it. And they're not going to go 50K. They will, let's be logical. Let's be realistic. They will down the way, and when they can write a book, like we're going to help encourage them and we're going to show them the strategy and the branding, they will absolutely be wonderful, and they'll have the money too. So we'll show you how to talk to those high-end customers. No problem. But when you're first working right now, the next couple of months, go to the low-hanging fruit. This may be obvious to a lot of you, but I just want to emphasize it. Do not attempt to go and convince anybody, which we don't do anyway, that this is an idea that they should look at just because it's a founder idea. There's founder ideas throughout the universe right now, I suppose. Not as good as ours, but there are some. And other people won't think that this is necessarily their best place to put their money and time. Who's a founder? Okay? A founder kind of person is someone that is going to be from the industry. They've been in network marketing before. They're currently doing a business in network marketing. They're involved with working from home already. Okay, that's the type of business person you want to find. And from there you're going to be successful in finding lots of people like that. There's plenty of them out there, but you want to talk to those sorts of people in order to have your quickest path to success. All right, so that's a little training for you. Don't spin your wheels trying for things that are not going to, people that are not going to be good prospects. All right, so with that, I think to close, again, if you are ready to join into this opportunity, but you have more questions, you're better off going to your sponsor and just talking with them and asking for support. And if you need help beyond that, then Peter and I are very willing to help. So, Joe, do you want to close the call?
Yep, Urs, thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
mean, what an enlightening, I seriously mean that, John. You and Peter are epic, and your content, I was just receiving, as a matter of fact, a text message from one of our top leaders saying, oh my goodness, this is like some of the best content and training we've had. This is just kind of like a precursor to what's going to be happening. You know, I was looking at the calendar, and we are 4 months away. 4 months. Today's the 18th, right? 18th of May, June, July, August, September 18th. We're 4 months away from the day that we are actually going to be in business. We're actually in business, but the 7th of June is when we go into the pre-launch phase. And 4 months from today, we are full-born 35,000 feet. And so it's a unique opportunity. You know, we've been talking about the benefits of being somebody who's a founder or one of these ambassador members. And I really like the access. Okay, there's access when you become a member of that elite ambassador group. You know, you were there at the beginning, but you're going to have access, like right now, to John and Peter, and we're going to have some other things coming up, you know, like some network things, some lunch things. And by the way, Peter, I was talking to John a short while ago, and he reminded me that you came on the record on Tuesday and talked about an event coming up in New York. What's up with that, man? It's for real, right? I mean,
yeah, we're gonna set up an event probably the last week in May, first week in June. So it's gonna be right in the corporate office. So nothing super spectacular, but it's right in the corporate office. They can come in and shake my hand. We'll do a training. We'll have 3 or 4 hour training. We'll have some food there for you, and you know, probably have a few dozen people there. So to be able to kind of shake hands with everybody, it'd be awesome. So we're gonna announce that probably no later than Monday, the exact date of doing that, an exact time, and then those people that want to come in, we just have to have an RSVP. It's no charge for it, but just have an RSVP. You're coming, and how many guests you're going to have, so we can prepare for it, and you'll be able to come in right into the city. We're right next to the Apple Store, the Plaza Hotel, and Trump Tower, right in the middle of there. It's Central Park, beautiful location.
Awesome. I'm familiar with that location. Well, thank you very much, Peter, for taking the time to come out here. John, we're happy to hear you and finally see you with those beautiful pipes. When you came out, somebody said, oh, listen to the voice on that guy, man. So thank you very much for all of your contributions. And on behalf of everybody in the ambassador group, I want to thank you guys for coming out here a month ago. It takes, you know, you have to have courage to do what you guys are doing, and we salute you and thank you for that. Now, for those of you who are watching today for the first time, and if you would like to become a member of that ambassador group, the time is now. It only runs until June 7th. Get back with the person who invited you here. If you found us in social media, get back to the person who invited you here. If you'd like to get more questions answered or get involved in more discussion, every single weekday morning, Monday through Friday, actually it's the afternoon for the East Coasters, but at 12 noon Eastern every single day, you can find us at uradiolive.com. It's a live stream. You can listen on your device, and we announce a phone number where you can call in and you can ask a question, have your voice be heard. It's really an idea. The idea is to keep the community together, especially right now. Sometimes people are like, oh, this isn't necessarily working, and I thought this was going to be live. Well, you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. As a matter of fact, Rome is still under construction. If you went to Rome, you would see stuff going on. So a lot is happening. We're moving fast. Go ahead. It looks like you want to say something, Peter.
Yeah, Joe, it's important that people realize what they're seeing right now, because what they're seeing the last 30 days, people normally don't see that, where you see, okay, we're doing this, it's not quite ready yet, and then it changes every single day. So that's something that usually happens behind the scenes, and then when you do pre-launch, most of that stuff is done. So it's a very unique thing that you're seeing with things being molded and changed and updated and graphics being going on. When you went to the back office and you saw a video with myself there, right? I don't know if you saw the first day it was there. The next day it had a whole different look to it, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Right? Because we're building it as we're doing it. So you normally wouldn't see that. So you would just see a video of myself like this. You click it, it plays. But now we have you know, a whole front part of it. We have an intro and everything. So it's the process. You're actually seeing the process, and that's what we're going to teach you in the master level. We're going to show you this whole process that happens each and every day, how everything's molded, and you're just seeing it on the other side. You don't see actually what happens to make it like that, but you see it happening as it's happening, which is a great thing to see, and it's very unique. So just to understand that when you're seeing that, guys, it's just it's an interesting thing to see happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And stuff goes online, and all of a sudden it's missing. An hour later, it's back with a different look.
Right.
And that's one of the benefits, actually, of this founder's opportunity, because I look at it as like you're close to the action. You can get your hands on the clay. Peter, I know that people contact you, and John, they contact you, and they see something or they have a recommendation. And boy, man, you guys just put it into action. You don't mess around. And so everyone has an opportunity to kind of be involved to a certain degree. in that process. And it is very, very unique. As I said at the very beginning, I think you weren't even here yet, John, the only time Peter, the only time I've ever been this close to the beginning is if I was the actual creator of the program. You know, and so this is, and I know what goes on, this is really unique for every single one of us to be plugged into you here and to have this opportunity. And I was thinking this morning, I saw myself like standing on a railroad track, and way off in the distance is the, you know, this little bitty light, you know, it's getting brighter and brighter, and before you know it, I'm bowled over. And that's kind of like what's happening here right now for every one of us. You know, it's still off in the distance, but it's on the way, and there's an opportunity to make money now and get positioned now. So we'll be talking tomorrow morning again. I want to thank everybody for taking the time. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon, 12 noon Eastern at URadio Live. We'll come back to you live again on Tuesday night on UzoomLive. And again, I want to make everybody aware of the fact that on Thursdays, this is kind of like a visionary opportunity, okay? It's going to be a little bit less structured than you may see some of the other things that we do. And that's cool, because we're going to hear from John and from Peter, and they just let it down, man. They're very authentic and transparent. So that's on Thursdays. Make a note. Start inviting your list, include it in the signature of your emails. Let people know that we're doing this, and they have a unique opportunity that concludes on June 7th. There'll be some other stuff after June 7th, you know, and really start picking up some speed. But again, on behalf of everybody here and the family of U Economy, we want to thank you guys for being here, and we'll be back soon. And pay attention, you know, because stuff comes up. You never know when we might just all of a sudden do a Zoom. You never know when one might come up. So there it is. Thank you, everybody. And this recording will be live very, very soon. You'll see it in the link. It'll be in all the pages that are out there. Until tomorrow, thanks, everyone.